Welcome back with the Swinging Light. I'm Doug.
And I'm Rachel.
All right, we're going on with our top 100 horror movies of all time, and this is 20 through 11.
Yeah, top 20.
Yeah, it's getting exciting. All right, my number 20. This is a movie that I would refuse to say it in the mirror when I was a kid when this movie came out. Candyman. The original one.
Oh, yeah.
I was terrified. Such a good movie, though. And just saying his name 3 times in the mirror and he comes out and he kills you. I didn't have the balls to do it as a kid.
I didn't either. I don't blame you.
And it's such a good kills with the bees, the hook, everything.
The fact that he had actual bees in his mouth for a scene, I mean, that's dedication. There ain't I'm sorry, you can't pay me enough money to put bees in my mouth. I can tell you that. But
it's
very
Candyman.
scary.
It's just a great movie, and that is my number 20.
My number 20, and I actually love to watch this with my friends and very much enjoyed watching it with my husband because I think it's not really well known, and it's The Autopsy of Jane Doe. And basically, the movie, it's about a coroner who takes on a case, and she's a Jane Doe, and he takes her in, and they begin an autopsy, and his son's about to go out on a date. And it's late at night, and as they conduct the autopsy, they realize that nothing is adding up to a normal corpse. And as it goes on, crazy, creepy things happen, and I don't want to give the movie away, but I definitely recommend The Autopsy of Jane Doe to all horror fans. So that hits my number 20.
All right, so my number 19, this is one that we argued a little bit if it was a horror film or not. And your answer to me was, well, of course, it's an alien killing people. It's definitely a horror. But this is Predator.
Mm-hmm.
I listed this as action, never thought of it once as a horror film, but always enjoyed this movie. I think it's great, even with Arnold as the final girl. And that's one. But it is just a good movie of the predator coming down and killing people, and the kills are great. Just everything about it. It's a really good movie. I just never thought of it as a horror.
I mean, Alien is horror, so why wouldn't Predator be horror? And then eventually the franchise did Alien versus Predator. And,
I'm not disagreeing anymore.
Yeah, it was it was definitely, I mean, I think the thing that was really cool about Predator was, the technology that it used and for, humans to fight back on it. And I actually highly recommend Prey as part of the series for everybody to enjoy. But Predator, yeah, definitely a horror movie. If you disagree, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. So anyway, my number 19 is Predator.
And my number 19 is the first horror movie I ever watched in my entire life. And that is the original A Nightmare on Elm Street, which my husband just viewed for the first time last year. And what did you think?
It was good. It was in my number 70 or 73, 74 in that range. It was up there.
Definitely great. I mean, I viewed it. I was 4 years old. My sister was babysitting me and put it on so she could make out with her boyfriend on the couch. And I was like, wow, this is great. And I just fell in love with horror right then and there. Robert Englund's performance is great. That movie will make you never want to sleep. And of course, it started the whole franchise. So my number 19 is A Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right, number 18. This is one that you made me watch, and we talked about it already in the last series. This is The Cabin in the Woods. It is great. It was referred to me a couple times to watch, and I just always push it off. And I was even showing parts of it, like, look, you should watch it. Look at this. And I was still like, And then starting the movie off, I still wasn't really into it. And then once it started, like with the kills and everything, oh, this movie was so good. And I loved it. I mean, like I said earlier on previous episode was, people that don't even like horror love this movie. That's how good this one is.
Yeah.
And it just is a really good movie. So if you haven't seen it, you definitely need to. This is The Cabin in the Woods. It's my number 19.
It's
Right,
great
18.
for people who don't love horror and people who do love horror, and it has a spin off of, the staple of horror movies and how they usually go. So
When he clotheslines that one little girl or the zombie girl,
yeah,
that's hilarious.
there is some comedic relief in it
Yeah.
for sure. But my number 18, I absolutely love this movie. It's one of my favorite ghost story movies of all time, and it's Stir of Echoes. I have seen it many, many times. It stars Kevin Bacon. And the opening scene still gives me chills thinking about it, when she's giving her son a bath and he walks away and he's just, looking at the ghost and, talking to her and what he says. And then, the father goes to a party and he goes under hypnosis and it opens the door where this ghost can reach him and tell him, what's going on. And it just so great on many levels. The effects, he feels like he's losing his mind. He's like, you need to close this door that you opened in my head, and it's just, I think I really love it because it's about a murdered soul who cannot rest and is reaching out, and as everybody probably knows, children are more vulnerable to seeing ghosts. I know I have as a young child, and I'll share that. But when you open the door, then, they're just trying to get found and have, go to rest and have the mystery solved. So it's a mystery, horror, thriller, ghost story. So highly recommend. Number 18 is Stir of Echoes for me.
Number 17. This is a movie that, man, I watch this movie a lot, and it's one that I bring out to a lot of people that have not seen horror, and it's an 80s movie, and I brought it to you, and it made your list already. And this is A Bloody Birthday.
Yeah.
Just how the kid's birthday lines up, makes them all, mental and psychological or whatever.
Killers.
Yeah. And they don't have feelings, and they go and kill, and it's just really good. And I like the kills in it, that they're just quick, they can get it done, and they get rid of the body. They don't really care, and they, the bodies are found, but they just don't care to get caught.
Love the birthday party scene in it. Of course, you have to have
and that messes
a
with
birthday
the
party scene and Bloody Birthday, right?
and the fact that he's making someone seem crazy because she's onto him.
Right.
So, that she
The
cannot,
manipulation.
yeah. It's such a good movie.
It's a great movie.
And I don't think many people know about it or talk about it. But anyway, my number 17 is Bloody Birthday.
I'm going to be honest. When he's like, you got to watch Bloody Birthday, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, really? Okay.
80s, there was where it's at.
Okay. And I've actually watched a lot of we've together shared a lot of great horror films, but I did enjoy this one. Obviously, it made my list. So good choice, babe.
Yeah.
My number 17 is something that we recently watched for our top 10, Valentine horror movie,
Warm
selection.
Bodies?
Nope. It's Significant Other. And I recommend this movie to everybody. It is different, and it has the same actress from It Follows. And the reason I love it is I can't really say much about it because I'd be giving the movie away, but it's about a couple that are kind of on the rocks, but, the guy wants to, get more serious in the relationship, but the girl is mental and her parents have been through a divorce and she is kind of happy where they're at, and they go hiking in the woods and, shit gets crazy. So I highly recommend it. My number 17 is Significant Other.
All right, my number 16. This is a movie that I almost found it harder to watch than the original, and this is Child's Play 2. Uh, I couldn't watch Child's Play 1. I mean, I watched Child's Play 1, but I felt like 2 hit me a little bit harder with some of the skills. And even the stairs scene when he cuts the Achilles tendon.
Yeah,
when he's
that
going down the
was in
stairs.
Pet Cemetery too.
Yeah, but he
Ugh.
doesn't do it on the stairs, so the open stairs. So I've always been fearful, especially in growing up, where the stairs are open in the back, and I just was like, man, I would
Check
never
underneath the
know.
stairs where you walk up.
Actually, I was laid on my stomach and looked down and tried to before I took the first couple steps. But it just there's some scenes in there I was just like, I think the kills are a little bit harder for me growing up, even being older when I was watching that. But Child's Play 2 was right there for me. So my number 16 is Child's Play 2.
And my number 16, I believe you've already mentioned it in our top 100, but of course it scored pretty high for me. I want the replica of this, and it's Oculus. I have seen this movie many times. I love that basically the paranormal enemy is a mirror, is an artifact, is an actual piece of, designer or whatever. It's a mirror, and it is basically a portal, and a little girl whose family had it in the house and had suffered dire consequences to the point where her brother was imprisoned and just recently got out from the side effects of this mirror, gets repossession of it and wants to defeat it and asks her brother to help her do that. And it's beautifully done because it goes back to their childhood experience and back to the present. And there's more history to the mirror, that she finds out that I love is interplayed with it. So it's definitely a beyond cursed item. It's a portal. And I definitely want a replica of it because I love the movie. It freaks me out, scares me, love the ending. So number 16 is Oculus for me.
All right, number 15. You just mentioned this one a little bit ago, and Stir of Echoes.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you said. I mean, this movie alone has like resonated with me over years.
Yeah.
But it's just a great movie. And then when when she told him to dig, and
Yeah.
he's like digging and digging.
And he drinks all the orange juice. He's like, and the wife is like, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "I gotta dig. Get out of my way. I need some orange juice." You know what I mean? Oh God, I'm sorry. If anybody's seen the movie knows what I'm talking about. But
it's such a great movie. So everything Rachel said. But anyway, my number 15 is Stir of Echoes.
And my number 15, which might surprise people, but I stand by it and believe it should be this high, is The Rage Carrie 2. And this movie is horrific. We all know Carrie. We all know, that recently they tried to do a remake of it, but The Rage Carrie 2 was completely different. And the beginning starts out with a suicide, which is disturbing. But then as the movie goes along, and I don't want to ruin it for everybody, her name is Rachel, the main character. And basically she is swooned in by, a popular guy, and they actually do have a romantic interest in each other, and it builds. And then it gets to a point where he invites her to a party, and then things just aren't as they appear. And the person who committed suicide was actually her best friend. And I'll tell you what, it's got some of the best kills I've ever seen. Very creative, very original. Like, I would not have thought of that. And the ending, literally gives me chills just thinking about it. So I know it's a sequel, and maybe people don't like it as much as I do, but if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking out The Rage Carrie 2. And that's why it's number 15 on my list.
Number 14, Seven.
Oh,
It's a great movie. We
Yeah.
have John Doe back there.
we got John Doe. He looks like he's about to go into what MTV show is that?
Oh, Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes. The clay figures.
Yeah. Seven is just a great horror film. Just, like what's in the box, everything about it. People know it. It's great. And you haven't seen it? Watch it.
I actually have to say, for some reason, it didn't make it into my top 100.
What?
I think it was based off of the way that we filtered in my likes. And so it would definitely be on there, up there in the top 20 at some point. So I'm going to.
this is in your top 10.
I'm going to co-join you on this number. I am very disappointed that it wasn't, but I wasn't going to change anything. I just don't think that I registered it when I went through, my original horror movie list, because it didn't necessarily come up on like Letterboxd as a horror movie, but it is definitely one of my favorite horror movies of all time as well. Saw it in the theater when it came out with my parents. Loved it. One of the best villains of all time.
I still thought this was being your top 10.
It would be if that's why I just want to kind of do a co honorable mention. Definitely one of my favorite as well. So.
All right, so my number 14 is Seven.
If you haven't seen it, you gotta see it. My number 14 is The Silence of the Lambs. This 100% is a horror movie. When we went to the Winchester house, the guide the tour guide person actually asked us about our horror shirts and what they meant, and we told him we were horror fans and into all this kind of stuff. And he said his favorite horror movie was The Silence of the Lambs, but he wasn't sure if it was actually horror. That is absolutely horror. Do you not agree?
I agree. It would make my list.
Yeah, The Silence of the Lambs. I was afraid to watch this for a long time, and when I finally did, obviously it delivered. There's nobody like Hannibal Lecter, who is a physician who is complete psychopath, sociopath, cannibal, brilliant. And I love how the two different stories, we actually have them as a Lego up there. When we got him, Doug was like, "Where's his arms?" Well, he's in a straitjacket, so he doesn't have arms attached to the Lego. But anyway, he's up there. But definitely frightening because it's about a serial killer helping an FBI agent catch a serial killer. And then in the end, we all know, the Hannibal Lecter gets away. It's brilliant. Great acting. We'll always love this movie. We'll always watch it. So number 14 for me is The Silence of the Lambs.
All right, number 13. This is one, I love it. And you talk about loving aliens and UFOs. This is Fire in the Sky.
Yeah.
Just, the story of the guy being abducted and disappearing for like 3 to 5 days. I forget how many. And coming back and, like all the police, the lie detector test that they had to take, everything they did, they cannot prove that it was a hoax at all. And just and it's just the story of that incident.
So what do you guys think? Do you think this was a hoax or based off a true story?
Well, it's based off a true story.
I know, but did he really get abducted?
Yeah,
is the question.
But if you haven't seen it, it's a really good movie. It is. It's
scary.
Pretty lined up, and the fact that they have still to this day are trying to prove that it was a hoax, and they can't.
They can't do it.
Yeah, they're still taking lie detector tests about it, and they still pass. Yeah. So Either they're really good at that, but who knows? So
Anything's possible. I mean, we don't. I don't think we know it all. So
my number 13 is Fire in the Sky.
my number 13, lucky number 13, actually is one of the newest movies that I've seen, and it's gotten a lot of great feedback and reviews, and that's Weapons. I was not surprised to see that it hit this high in my list. We watched it, loved it. It was a little long, but I went into it purposely not viewing anything on it to spoil any of it. And I do believe there will be a sequel. There's not much you can say on it because the film basically unfolds on itself. And if you talk more in depth about the plot, you're going to spoil it. And I don't want to do that. So if you have not seen Weapons, which was actually recommended by my best friend, and she's my best friend and actually a few other people like, have you seen Weapons yet? Have you seen Weapons yet? You love horror. Have you seen it? I was like, no, not yet. I'm going to. We finally saw it. Scored number 13 on my list. So.
Right. My number 12, I believe we just talked about this. You did. Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie. I mean,
I love that you loved it. Most people do that I watch it with.
It's pretty much a hidden gem. I mean,
Yes.
I've never heard of it, and you were just like, watch it. You have to. And I fell asleep watching it, so I had to wake up and, finish watching it. But it was good. I mean, there were some things I saw coming, like the just some of the kills. I knew it was going to happen. But overall, the story and the plot of it all is just phenomenal.
Ending was great.
Yeah, so definitely would watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
There was a part where, like, the beginning scene where I was like, are they not even gonna like talk about that? But they didn't need to.
Right.
Like, and that's something I would nitpick on. But that one, it was just like, okay, I already know my answer. So anyway, my number 12 is The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
And my number 12 is, I was a little surprised by this, that it scored here, but Fear Street, 1994. So I actually read most of R.L. Stein's Goosebumps and young adult novels as I grew up. And so I was so excited, when I found out that he was making a Fear Street trilogy on Netflix. And when I watched the first one, which was 1994, I absolutely thought they did an amazing job. It was brutal. It reminded me of the books. It did take it to an R-rated level, which the young adult books were actually pretty graphic for, being at that age level. And the mall scene was amazing. It reminded me of being in Forest Fair Mall. Those days are over now, but just being a teenager and potentially being in like that crazy scenario. So I guess it scored this high because it's nostalgic to me in multiple different ways. So, and the movie was great. So number 12 was Fear Street 1994. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. I recommend all three. The last one was not that great, but definitely check this one out.
All right, number 11. You've already said it. Weapons. It's a movie that there's only two things on that movie that I would tear apart that did not fit. But everything else on it was perfect.
Listen, nothing's perfect.
Some things are perfect.
Yeah. Well,
the Ring doorbell camera on the houses, you'll be able to track the kids.
mm-hmm.
And the fact that everybody had them and then no one saw anything, that's the major one. But the story, the kills, everything, I just think it was such a good movie. I really loved it. And I would watch it again in a heartbeat.
The principal scene, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, here we go. That's when it really got amped up. I will. This is definitely rewatchable, and
Yeah.
I do believe they will make a sequel.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, number 11, Weapons.
And finally, my number 11 is Ready or Not. And if you have not seen this movie and you love horror, you have to watch it. But one of the best final girls ever. Not the best, but up there. I mean, it made my 11. But basically, this woman gets married and she's in this mansion and just, everything is perfect. And then they're ready to play a game. And it's not a game of hide and seek anybody wants to play. And that's all I have to say. They made a sequel. I want to see it. It's coming out this year. I doubt it's going to be as good as the original. Have you seen Ready or Not?
No. It reminds me of the Ice-T movie, The Game.
Which we could
Surviving the Game.
Yeah, which we could actually probably incorporate this in our Valentine's Day top 10 because it originated with a wedding. So number 11 for me is Ready or Not.
Comment below whether you guys agree or disagree with the movies that are on our list.
And if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You can also check us out on our other social media platforms.
We're the Swinging Light. I'm Doug.
And I'm Rachel.
Until next time.
Keep the light on.